Now, when I talked about redoing the furniture, what I meant was this is kind of rough from being out in the weather for the last year or so, getting rained on and such, you know, hot weather, cold weather, all that stuff. And what I like to do is just put another coat of Cedar on it, polyurethane. But there's a few spots I gotta fix. Some little divots over time have kind of worked its way out. Some of these tables have got some rough spots. I probably just need to lightly sand. This one's got an actual divot that I need to fill and then sand it and put another coat. And it'll look nice. This was the little makeshift table that I had screwed to the patio. I'm gonna redo that whole thing and make it nicer. And have something that's kind of movable, not necessarily fixed in one spot. Because in situations like this, I might need to move it. So, anywho, just kind of getting started cleaning this up. So this is what I used on the deck. Cabot Tint Base Deck Correct. And I guess that's the code right there for the actual thing. But yeah, two 5-gallon buckets is about what it took to do that deck. Okay, I've done some extensive patching. I have not sanded. I just used my hands and kind of brushed off the loose stuff, but I've used my handy dandy, what do you call this? Spatula, spreader, tool, chisel, whatever, drywall thingamajigger. And I brushed off the loose stuff and I put on some of the, what is this called? Minwax Sustainable Wood Filler. It says it's for interior and exterior use. Latex formula, soap and water cleanup. Resists shrinking and cracking and dries fast. So I started off with the small pieces first. They didn't need as much. A little bit of something here and there. And honestly, I spread more than I needed because I figured when I sand it, it's gonna sand flat. But you can see, I went through everything. I know from here, it kind of looks like camouflage, the way it's spotted. But I'll sand it, and that'll look like a lot less. And then I'll put on my urethane. This stuff here works pretty good. It spreads pretty far. You don't need a whole lot of it. It's a 1 coat, 3 times protection. But I'm gonna let this dry for a good day. Matter of fact, I'm gonna move all this out of the way so my wife can park. And I'm gonna let it dry. And then we'll mess with sanding on it another day. And we'll go from there. So anywho, thanks for watching. Stick around for more. Okay, I've got this one done. It needs to have the poly put on, but I'm gonna wait to do that another day. I got some other stuff I gotta do. I have put poly on the small 4-foot bench and the coffee table and the 2 end tables. So they're looking shiny and pretty. And I flipped them all around and done the undersides and all the sides, and they look gorgeous. So I'm gonna let them dry. And I put mineral spirits on that just now. That's why it's a little bit shiny. That's gonna dry. I gotta wait till it's bone dry before I can put any poly on it. But again, I don't wanna do that right now. This will take a long time. So I'm just gonna let it dry and do it another day or later today. I don't know. We'll see what happens. So anyway, thanks for watching. And for those who are curious, when you put mineral spirits on, it doesn't stay shiny. It only stays shiny when it's wet. You want it to dry before you put your finish on. So I've instituted the fan to help get some air blowing on it. Still got some wet spots here on this one. But I figure I'll get that, blow it off, get it nice and dry, and then I'll put a layer of that 1 coat polyurethane stuff that I got right there. Some of that magical stuff. All right, I wiped these down with just some mineral spirits just to get the dust off and give it a good wipe down. Still a little wet. But yeah, I haven't done this since I built these. The last few years, I've just put a top coat of clear on it. Matter of fact, I got to continue to wipe there. You can see where it's dusty. But I've just continued to put layers of clear over it. But yeah, I'm doing it right this year. All right, so this morning I got up and went to sanding. You can see I knocked down a lot of that excess that I'd built up. This was a low spot, so I kind of built that up with some of that filler. But I got these just sitting right now inside. I've been taking them out here and sanding them. This is the biggest piece. This is 8 foot. And I got these boards that were in a barn. My wife's pa had cut them and sawmilled them and given to me. They were actually 12 foot when I first got them, of various 12-ish lengths. I have since done a lot of repair over the years, but it still has a lot of spots that needed repairing. Now, a lot of this that you see right here is excess dust. I did have to build this up a little bit in the front. Some of that had been some old repair that had come out. I'm gonna wipe this down pretty good, all this stuff down, and see if anything's ready for some polyurethane. Yeah, so let's get to it.